Tag TV brings you daily news bulletin from India. Breaking news and views from India.
You're watching South Asia Newsline and here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Friday, the 5th of January. Delhi police nabs wanted Hizbul terrorists ahead of Republic Day celebrations. India commits $75 million for Nepal's infrastructure reconstruction. And little elections fizz in Bangladesh as Prime Minister said for another term. And now for all the details. In a major success for security officials, Delhi Police Special Cell arrested wanted Hizbul Mujahideen terrorist Javed Mattu on Thursday. Mattu, a resident of Jammu and Kashmir, Sopore, is an A++ category designated terrorist with involvement in at least 11 known terror attacks in the Union Territory. A senior police official said an input was received about Mattu's movement in the national capital to collect arms and ammunition on the behest of his Pakistani handler. They were planning to carry out audacious terror strikes in Jammu and Kashmir, the official said.
In a major breakthrough, Special Cell of Delhi Police और सेंट्रल एजेंसीज की कोऑर्डिनेशन के साथ जावेद मट्टू जो कि A++ कैटेगरी का डेजिग्नेटेड टेररिस्ट है, सोपोर का रहने वाला है और जिस पे 10 लाख प्लस इनाम है, उसको आज फोरनून में अरेस्ट किया गया। ये काफ़ी लंबे अरसे से स्पेशल सेल और सेंट्रल एजेंसीज की आपस की कोऑर्डिनेशन इसमें लगातार चल रही थी।
Meanwhile, two separate encounters against terrorists were underway in Shopian and Kulgam districts of Jammu and Kashmir on Friday. In recent months, there has been an increase in terror activities in the region. India's Home Minister Amit Shah, who chaired a review meeting over the security situation this week, has instructed to strengthen the counter-terrorism operations. Following an incident of hijack of Liberian-flagged vessel in the Arabian Sea, the Indian Navy on Friday deployed a warship along with a surveillance aircraft to monitor the situation. With at least 15 Indian crew members on board, MV Leela Norfolk, in a distress message to United Kingdom Maritime Trade Operations Portal, had said around 5 to 6 unknown armed personnel had boarded the vessel on Thursday evening. In response, Indian warship INS Chennai was diverted and deployed to assist the vessel, the Indian Navy said, adding that naval aircraft PATI overflew the hijacked vessel on Friday and had established contacts with it. In past few weeks, there has been spate of attacks on merchant vessels in the region. The Navy has said it has increased its surveillance. India's Foreign Minister S. Jaishankar on Thursday said that New Delhi will extend a financial package of $75 million for the reconstruction of infrastructure in Nepal's western district affected by last year's quake. His remarks came as he jointly inaugurated with his Nepalese counterpart NP South the Tribhuvan University Central Library and other reconstruction projects undertaken in Kathmandu after the 2015 earthquake. Jaishankar also expressed sorrow over the casualties and devastation caused by the earthquake that struck Nepal in November 2023. Jaishankar, who was on a 2-day visit, later in the day offered prayers at the Pashupatinath temple. He said under the leadership of PM Modi, India is committed to redefine its relationship with partners in its neighborhood, especially with Nepal. Meanwhile, days after 10 Nepali soldiers were killed while serving in the Russian army, the Himalayan nation has stopped issuing permits to its citizens to work in Russia and Ukraine until further notice. Nepal has asked Russia to immediately send all Nepali soldiers back to the country and compensate the families of those killed. Over 200 Nepali citizens were estimated to be working in the Russian army, and Foreign Minister MP South said about 100 Nepalese are reported to be missing. Nepali soldiers called Gurkhas are known for their bravery and fighting skills and have been serving the British and Indian armies under an agreement between the three countries. There is no such agreement with Russia. More than 800 Nepalese were issued labour permits for non-military work in Russia in the past 2 years, official data showed. No figures for Ukraine were immediately available. Moving on, the members of the Islamabad sit-in seeking answers about whereabouts of missing Baloch people have now announced they will set up camp in front of UN offices to press the demand. A report.
As the 7-day ultimatum given by participants of the Baloch sit-in protest in Islamabad has ended, their leader Dr. Maharang Baloch has announced that a protest camp would now be set up in front of UN offices to press for the recovery of missing Baloch people. She expressed gratitude to the judiciary for restraining authorities from taking any action against their protest camp outside the National Press Club, but said Prime Minister Anwarul Haq Kakar's statement is regrettable, who claimed that the missing persons were terrorists. Members of ethnic minorities in Pakistan have long blamed that they have been targets of military operations and ethnic stereotyping, while Islamabad continues to plunder natural resources of Balochistan. The situation is not highlighted by the local media, forcing them to seek intervention through global platforms.
Utility poles across Bangladesh are festooned with campaign flyers carrying pictures of general election candidates, most of them from the ruling party, as an opposition boycott looks set to usher Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina to a fourth straight term. However, with the ballot outcome all but assured, some voters, including supporters, see little reason to turn out. There's no charm in voting this time. I know she is staying in power, an Awami League supporter said. With crackdown on opposition leaders and main opposition Bangladesh Nationalist Party boycotting the elections, right groups who want the country of 170 million is heading for virtual one-party rule under the incumbent Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina.
ভোটের সম্পর্কে কি বলবো আমি এখন কত হইলো এখন ভোট দিলেও যেটা মনে করেন শেখ হাসিনা আসবে না দিলেও শেখ হাসিনা আসবে কথা বুঝছেন
এখন মনে সব তো মনে করেন যে আওয়ামী লীগের লোকেরা খারাইছে এখন ভোট তো আমরা ধারে দেবো আওয়ামী লীগে পাশ হবে হ্যাঁ তবে বিরোধী দল খারাইলে পরে তাহলে ভোটটা আর কি জমজমাটভাবে হইতো আর কি
And the famous Chilka lake in India's Odisha state has recorded a marginal rise in bird count as the largest brackish water lagoon of Asia hosted around 11.37 lakh winged guests in the current winter season. Last year, there were about 11.32 lakh birds. The annual Waterbird Status Survey 2024, released on Thursday, recorded the congregation in Odisha includes 187 different species, 108 of them migratory bird species. From November onwards, migratory birds from colder countries start arriving in India and make a return during the spring season.
The species which has been found in large numbers, or the largest numbers of birds which have been found in Chilka, are the northern pintails. And the number is 2,18,654, and thereafter in the second position there is Gadwal, which is 1,56,636.
That's all in tonight's edition. We will see you same time next week. Have a great weekend. Good night.
Tag TV brings you daily news bulletin from India. Breaking news and views from India.